Hello and welcome, David Baker. Welcome to the Wisdom for Life podcast. It is Monday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. And we're not teaching on love or marriage. We've already done that. Go check out Friday's podcast. We'll talk about some of those things if you missed it. But Mondays, we talk about children, what to do, what to teach them, and how to help them. We give you a topic for the week and 7 lessons for that. And the topic this week is sure built throughout the Bible. Some of the principles that Solomon taught, I could only find 7 or 8 lessons for. Some, there's a lot of times they're mentioned, but they overlap a lot. This one, there are so many topics. I'm going to give you 7 and then rattle off a bunch of other ones at the end. And this is on authority. Okay, this is on authority. What Solomon taught his son about authority. This is such a big deal in our life, and especially in our children's life. We will have to deal with authority the rest of our life. And if you understand that and you live by those biblical principles, it is amazing how good life can be. If you don't understand that and don't live by those principles, it's amazing all the problems you're going to have. And the world is question authority. The world is tear down authority. The world is all of that. That is not God, and that is not what God teaches, okay? And authority, the legal power, a right to command or to act, the authority of a prince or king over subjects or parents over children, okay? And we're going to have that the rest of our life. Whether you drive on the highway, guess what? You have an authority. You have a mayor, you have a governor, you have a president, you have a boss, you have a landlord. We're going to have authorities over our life the rest of our life. And the sooner we understand that and our children understand that, and then you learn what the Bible says about authorities, life will be so much better if we do. That child that wants to question that authority the rest of his life, they're going to hurt. And by the way, let me say this. When somebody is questioning authority, they want to do their own thing, please understand it's not that they have too much power or someone controlling over them. It is literally them crying out for more attention and more structure and more discipline. You tell me, who are the kind of people who join the military? It's amazing. Most of the most rebellious, most rebel, most do my own thing, no one's going to tell me what to do, they're the ones that go in the military. And guess what the military does to you? What do they tell you? Everything. Here I am, literally 18 years old, in high school. I'm not going to listen to my parents' rules. I'm not going to do what they tell me to do. I'm my own man. I'm going to do what I want. I'll show you. I'll join the army. Guess what they controlled? Everything. When you got up, when you went to bed, what you wore, what your hairstyle was. They controlled every minute of your day. When you could go to the bathroom, when you couldn't go. They controlled it all. And how come? It's a teenage boy who's crying out for structure, for discipline, for authority. And so many times the parents don't step up and become that authority that they need. And so they're looking for it somewhere else. So that drill sergeant, he will make me do what I'm supposed to do. And so don't back away from that God-given authority as the parent. If your child is struggling, build a relationship with them, get their heart, and give them the guidance and structure that they need. So anyway, just ramble on for a few minutes about that. Here we give the 7 lessons for it. Day 1, the authority will like someone that is wise and be mad at a fool. Now, the authority we use in here, a king, a lot. The king is the ultimate authority in that country, and so that's the authority that we use. Proverbs 14:35, the king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causeth shame. Very simply, authority is going to like someone that's wise. We talk about wisdom all the time. The whole podcast is called Wisdom for Life. Son, be wise, and guess what? Your boss will always like you. He'll appreciate you. Be wise, because if you've ever been a boss over a thing, there are not many people usually that are working for you that have wisdom, and you will really appreciate someone that does. Day 2, the authority is, here we go, never wrong. No, it's the customer that's never wrong. No, in life it's the authority that's never wrong. Here it is, Proverbs 16:10, a divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgresseth not in judgment. You understand, a country, the king is the authority. If the king makes a mistake, guess what? He's still right. If the king does wrong, he's still right. If the king, oh no, you don't understand, you're wrong. Guess what? He's still right. He's the king. Off with his head. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king. Listen, son, your teacher's always right. Your boss is always right. Bosses do something. Well, that's not my job. That's not my job description. He's your boss. You do it. Parent is always right. Now, we know the authority makes mistakes, but the person in subjection That's not your place to correct them and to tell them how they're wrong. The authority is there. It's a divine sentence. What the king said, that goes. And that's the way it needs to be for a child, okay? And the sooner a child says, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and does it, instead of argues, debates, fights, explains, the better off their life will be. The authority is never wrong. Day 3, the authority should live at a higher standard. The authority should live at a higher standard. Proverbs 16, verse 12. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. So it's an abomination for kings to commit wickedness. The throne is established by righteousness. There's a higher standard. The king, the authority, should live at a higher standard. We are an example that people are going to follow, for good or for bad, okay? So kings, don't commit wickedness. Your throne should be established by righteousness. The authority, mom and dad, teacher, boss, whatever, we should live by a higher standard. All right, day 4. The authority loves it when you speak right. The authority loves it when you speak right. Proverbs 16:13. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speaketh right. They love him that speaketh right. When you will answer the right way, when you learn how to speak to authority, like I already said, yes, sir. You got it. No problem. Thanks, boss. Hey, I did that job. What's next? When you learn how to speak to the authority, they will love you. Because what do most people do? If you've ever been in any type of authority, what do most people do underneath? Complain, fuss, fight, backtalk, argue, debate. When someone speaks right, the authority loves that. Teach them the tongue. Very first lesson. Number one thing I found that Solomon taught his son, okay? They love him that speaketh right. Understand that tongue and the power that it has. All right, day 5. Day 5, do all you can to keep the authority happy. What? Do all you can to keep the authority happy. Here's a phrase. Forgive my English. It's a phrase. I understand. All right, here we go. If mama ain't happy, what? You answered it, okay? You said ain't before I did. Ain't nobody happy, okay? Keep the authority happy. Hey, if dad's not happy, watch out. Be careful. Dad's in a bad mood. Has that ever been said? Do all you can to keep the authority happy. Proverbs 16, 14 to 15. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. Hey, the king's mad, look out. He's going to kill somebody, okay? But a wise man knows how to pacify that. The king's countenance, okay? Keep him happy. His favor is this blessing of cloud and rain that comes, okay? Proverbs 20, verse 2, in that same point, the fear of the king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoketh him to anger sinneth against his own soul. Here's the phrase. You ready? Don't poke the bear, okay? Don't poke the bear. Whoso provoketh him to anger sinneth against his own soul. You have messed up. You've messed up, okay? Do all you can to keep the authority happy. Seriously. Work on that. Kids, hey, Dad, what do you need? Dad, can I scratch your back? Dad, can I get your shoes? Dad, do you need something to drink? Keep the authority happy. Dad, I love you. Dad, thanks for going to work and providing so we can have a home and food and all the things you do for us. The authority is going to love you. You're speaking right. The authority is going to love it. You are trying to help him to be happy. Great thing to be able to do. Day 6. If you work hard, you will get promotions before the authority. If you work hard, you'll get promotions before the authority. Proverbs 22:29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. You will get promotions from the authority when you work hard. See a man diligent in his business. He shall stand before kings. Okay? He's going to get promoted. He's going to be lifted up. And that's what you want. Teach your kids. Work hard, work hard, work hard. When the boss is there, when the boss is not there, you work hard and you will be promoted. And day 7. God can change the heart of the authority. This is so big and so important. So many times with a parent or a teacher or a boss, they're the authority. They're always right. They control things and it hurts me. Well, guess what you can do? You can go over his head to God, who's the ultimate authority, the King of kings, the Lord of lords. So you can go over their head to God. Proverbs 21, verse 1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of waters, he turneth it whithersoever he will. But my mom, but my dad, but my boss, guess what? God can turn their heart. God can turn their heart. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As rivers of waters, he, God, turneth it, the king's heart, whithersoever he will. Dear God, I need your help. My authority is wrong. My authority is not doing right. God, I need your help. Would you please turn the heart of my husband, of my mom, of my dad, of my boss, of my landlord, whatever your authority is, God, please would you turn their heart. That's what we need to do. Okay? Teach your children about authority. Now, I'm not going to give you the verse. I don't have time. If you want this lesson, just email me, askpastorbaker@gmail.com, and I'll send it to you. I probably got 10 plus other points there. Just want to read it. The authority will judge wrong. A good authority will have mercy and truth. An authority loves someone that is pure and real. You should fear the authority. You will never totally understand authority. The authority that does right will live past when he dies. Don't bother or be obnoxious to the authority. A good authority lives by justice and fairness. The authority's honor or glory is to have a lot of life and then be kind. Be the kind of worker that does need an authority over you. Be the kind of worker that doesn't need an authority over you. Okay, and so anyway, those are the principles. If you want that, just email me, askpastorbaker@gmail.com, and I'll send you a PDF of that lesson and gives you all the other verses. So, and again, you can do the study yourself. Do a search in Proverbs of the word king. Okay, he's the authority. That's where these points came from. And then come up with your points, with your principles to teach your children. When they say king in the Bible, okay, we put in our authority because it fits for the mom, the dad, the parent, the boss, the husband and a wife's sake. You can do that. Oh, my husband, he's just this, and this. Okay, can God turn his heart? Well, can God turn his heart? Yes, then why aren't you begging God to turn their heart? That's going to help a lot more than drip, drip, nag, nag. Boy, I'm getting on another point. Okay, we need to get off that. Teach your children to understand authority and to be able to teach and preach the right way with them. All right. Hey, God bless you. We'll see you next time. And get wisdom for your life and wisdom to teach it to your children. God bless you.